March 2025. The tennis world was entering one of its biggest moments of the season. In Miami, Florida, the prestigious Miami Open was about to begin. The world's best players had arrived, and fans were focused on the biggest stars. Who would win the title? Who would suffer an early exit? Who would make history? Amid all that excitement, one name was almost completely overlooked: Alex Eala, a 19-year-old from the Philippines. She wasn't considered a title contender. In fact, many people didn't expect her to survive beyond the early rounds of the tournament. But within just a few days, that same name would become one of the biggest stories in world tennis. This isn't just a story of winning a few matches. It's the story of a young woman from a country with little tennis tradition who dared to challenge the very best in the world. A dream begins. Alex Eala was born into a sports-loving family in the Philippines. From an early age, she showed an extraordinary passion for tennis. While most children spent their time playing with toys, Alex spent countless hours on the tennis court. It quickly became clear that she possessed something special. Her family recognized her talent and supported her dream. Eventually, she earned the opportunity to train at the world-famous Rafael Nadal Academy in Spain. The academy is much more than a training center. It has produced some of the most promising tennis players in the world. Life there was anything but easy. Early mornings, endless hours of practice, intense fitness sessions, video analysis, mental conditioning, and returning to the court even when her body was exhausted. This demanding routine continued for years. She spent long periods away from her family. She missed birthdays, holidays, celebrations, and countless precious moments, all for one dream: to become one of the world's best tennis players. Before the Miami Open, the beginning of the 2025 season had been steady for Alex, but it wasn't spectacular. She was gradually improving her game, yet the tennis world still didn't see her as a future superstar. For the Miami Open, she entered the main draw with a wild card, a special invitation granted by the tournament organizers. It was a huge opportunity, but it also came with enormous pressure. Most people believed she wouldn't advance very far. The first round, Alex walked onto the court with nothing to lose. There was no fear on her face, only determination. She knew that this tournament could change everything. From a very first point, she played fearless, aggressive tennis. Her quick footwork, solid ground strokes, and confident returns immediately put her opponent under pressure. When the match ended, Alex had secured her first victory. It was only one win, but it gave her something even more valuable: belief, building momentum. Many expected her remarkable run to end in the next round. Instead, she kept winning. Match after match, Alex showed remarkable composure. She wasn't intimidated by famous names or higher rankings. She focused on every point, every rally, and every opportunity. Commentators began praising her fearless style. Analysts started asking the same question: who exactly is Alex Eala? The stunning victory over Madison Keys. The next challenge appeared even greater. Her opponent was Madison Keys, one of the most powerful players on the WTA Tour and a Grand Slam champion. Almost everyone expected Keys to advance comfortably, but Alex had other plans. She fought for every point. She refused to back down. Her confidence continued to grow with every rally. Rather than being overwhelmed by the occasion, she embraced it. Against all expectations, Alex defeated Madison Keys. The stadium was stunned. What many had dismissed as an impossible dream was suddenly becoming reality. It was one of the biggest upsets of the tournament. The historic battle against IGA Swiatek. Then came the toughest challenge of all. World number 2 IGA Swiatek, a multiple-time Grand Slam champion and one of the most dominant players in women's tennis. Experts gave Alex very little chance. But tennis has always been a sport where rankings don't win points. Players do. From the opening games, Alex played with incredible confidence. She disrupted Swiatek's rhythm. She attacked with fearless winners. She defended brilliantly during long rallies. She forced one of the world's greatest players into uncomfortable situations. After winning the opening set, the atmosphere inside the stadium completely changed. The crowd realized they were witnessing something extraordinary. Alex maintained her intensity throughout the second set. Point after point, she stayed composed. When the final ball landed and victory was confirmed, Alex raised her arms in celebration. The crowd erupted. Fans stood on their feet. History had just been made. She became the first Filipina player to reach the Miami Open semifinals, delivering one of the biggest surprises of the entire tournament. The world finally notices. By now, Alex Eala was no longer an unknown player. ESPN, Reuters, WTA, and sports media outlets around the world feature her remarkable journey. Her highlights spread rapidly across social media. Millions of people watched her incredible performances. Back home in the Philippines, fans stay awake through the night to cheer her on. Young children picked up tennis rackets, inspired by what they had witnessed. For an entire nation, Alex had become a symbol of hope. The semifinal against Jessica Pegula. Standing between Alex and the final was American star Jessica Pegula. Experienced, consistent, battle-tested. The semifinal proved to be an intense contest. Alex produced moments of brilliance and continued to fight until the very end. But Pegula's experience made the difference during the most crucial moments. Despite her incredible effort, Alex's unforgettable run came to an end. She had fallen one step short of the final. Why did Alex Eala cry? As the match ended, television cameras focused on Alex. She couldn't hold back her tears. Those tears weren't simply about losing a tennis match. They represented years of sacrifice, years spent away from home, thousands of hours of practice, countless moments of doubt, and the overwhelming emotion of carrying her country's flag onto one of tennis's biggest stages. Just weeks earlier, almost nobody believed she could make such a run. Now, the entire tennis world knew her name. After the Miami Open, although she didn't win the championship, Alex left Miami as one of the tournament's biggest success stories. Her world ranking improved significantly. Major sponsors and international brands began showing interest. Tennis experts identified her as one of the brightest young talents on the WTA Tour. Back in the Philippines, she received congratulations from government officials, sports organizations, and millions of proud supporters. Her success was no longer just a personal achievement. It had become a source of national pride. Alex Eala didn't leave Miami with the championship trophy, but she left with something even more valuable, the respect of the tennis world. She proved that rankings don't always define a player's true potential. She showed that courage, discipline, relentless hard work, and unwavering belief can overcome even the greatest obstacles. Miami Open 2025 wasn't simply another tennis tournament. It became the moment that transformed Alex Eala from a promising young talent into an international star. Because sometimes history isn't written by lifting a trophy. Sometimes it's written by inspiring millions to believe that the impossible can become possible.